Hometown Happenings is brought to you by Foothill 7 TV and the Thompson's family of automotive dealerships.
Well, hello everyone, my name is Sean McCartney, Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club, and with me today is Bill Roby. Hi Bill.
Hi Sean.
And what do you do?
I'm the Executive Director of the Dorado Community Foundation.
Yes, he is. So we're here today on Hometown Happenings to talk about an exciting project that Bill and I are working on. It is a new building for our Boys and Girls Club. So you see the hands behind us, that is our logo, and looking forward to breaking ground here pretty quick, Bill.
Do you have an idea when that's going to happen?
Well, if you talk to Jim Carter, the date changes a bit, but we're hopeful for a November, early December start date.
Well, we have some work to do, Sean.
Yes, we do, which is why we're here, everyone. Starting November 1 till December 31st, we're going to be working hard to raise, how much do you want to raise? What do you think?
It would really be nice if we could raise in the neighborhood of $500,000 to $1 million.
Yeah, so where we're at right now is we've raised $2 million, and we need really to be safe, probably $3 million. So it would be super duper if we could get that extra 500, even up to $1 million in the last 2 months of the year. So what we're going to talk about today is kind of our strategy to do that. I'll talk a little bit about the club and what our goals are in terms of what the new building is going to mean to our community. But let's start, Bill, with you talking a little bit about the foundation and kind of your role with this project with us, and then kind of what the foundation is doing on a broader scope and how it fits in.
The foundation has really been your fiscal agent for this process. One of the things we're able to do, because you're in program, you're dealing with many children passing through your door every single day.
300 yesterday.
Yeah, so that's quite a group of people. And so we really want you to focus on what you do best, which is serve those kids. So the foundation comes in to be the repository to help raise the funds in the community to get the building completed. We're very much a partner with the Boys and Girls Club. We're not doing this as a standalone, just the foundation. It's working with you, your board, interested parties that have a passion for the Boys and Girls Club and its mission. And collectively, we're building that fund, the building fund, so it'll come to fruition and we can get the building built. One of the things that we have done is we entered the conversation very early, and we're able to strategize about who we would be going to ask for gifts to get the building built, and also about how we wanted to involve community. And for me, that is the most important thing. We can go to the normal 5 to 10%, as everybody does in any community. There's always those individuals that typically are the ones that give.
It's kind of how the game's played, though. I mean, you got to do that.
What we wanted to do was something a little different here. We wanted everybody in this community to have skin in the game. We wanted them to feel that that building is a part of them. So when those kids walk in that door, they know the community values them. So with the Boys and Girls Club, we came up with the concept of 277 campaign. And that is, if everybody in Dorado County contributed $2.77, we could raise $500,000. And the response has been pretty phenomenal.
It really has.
So we have had corporations and companies that have wrote us checks for $277. We've had people come in and deposit the $277 into our money jar at the foundation. There's numerous ones across the community. And through that, it brings us all together in this collective action. Now, that's going to be slowly winding down as we start moving into our last phase of developing the final push. And that is as we go into the holiday season.
And so, Bill, when we were planning this, we talked about how we were going to phase and be strategic with our process. And so, we did the initial big ask that we knew, okay, we know we're going to get some slam dunks. We know that there's some people that just want to give to the club because, they support the club, they support the project, they support the community goodwill that's going to be derived from it. And then we were going to do some smaller asks as it relates to the $2.77. And then the November through December push, the giving season. You talk a lot about it in the conversations that me and you have offline. Can you just share a little bit kind of our strategy to kind of get as much money in these last 2 months of 2014 and kind of what we're going to do to make that happen?
Typically, anywhere in the United States, if you look at philanthropy, the majority of philanthropy happens surprisingly in a 60-day period. and it's the month of November and December. And those are people that are really taking stock in their lives, being thankful for what they have, and wanting to give back. And one of the things that we've talked about is how many ties can you possibly get?
Right.
Or how many bracelets or necklaces or another bauble. People are starting to move towards giving a gift of real meaning in their family. And so instead of buying Dad a tie, I'm going to make a $50 contribution to the Boys and Girls Club building campaign.
Yeah.
And that becomes a lasting legacy. So we really want to target back in on community on those months of November and December and have a conversation with you about a way that you can give. You can give stocks, you can give pennies, you can give, instead of providing a gift for somebody, give money to the foundation of Boys and Girls Club in somebody's name. And we'll send you out a card that acknowledges that gift. But this is a way that you can give a gift that really has meaning behind it.
And we've talked a lot in our planning meetings, over lunch about kind of the legacy project that this really is becoming. It's not just a building, Bill. It's going to be a place where the kids that we serve today will benefit, where the community support, people will be able to see the impact that they've made on this entire community. And really, it's going to not only help the kids, but it's going to help the entire community. I mean, I just think it's a special opportunity for Placerville and the surrounding county to really make an impact that goes far beyond the four walls that we're going to be building.
Absolutely. I'm still stuck on having lunch together. Whenever I've had lunch with you, it's like I'm on my sip of iced tea and you're already done with your plate.
I have to.
I tend to do all the talking and you do all the eating.
Well, and I eat fast though, Bill. So I don't know if that's entirely you talking too much or me. It's probably a combination.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. Yeah. I will actually make an effort next time we eat lunch to not finish before you start.
That's okay.
That's my promise.
I just had to give you a hard time with that.
Yeah, well deserved actually.
Yeah.
You're not alone in saying I eat too fast. So.
The four walls are what houses the physical plant, in this case, of the Boys and Girls Club. Right now, it's located at the Armory, which you've been very blessed with.
No doubt.
To have that. But when you look at it as far as, does this really elevate the conversation of what you're trying to create with the Boys and Girls Club, and where you're moving this organization very aggressively to excellence? No, it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't meet the requirements. There's certain things that are barriers for you. High-speed internet is a barrier.
Definitely.
Having access to the latest technology is a barrier. Yeah. Having a ground that is really conducive to young boys and girls.
Well, you talk about barriers. The kids come through my doors already facing barriers.
Yes.
Right. Over 70% of our kids are from low-income households. So, if there's 100 kids in the door, 70 of them maybe didn't eat great the night before. 70 of them maybe didn't get to wear the clothes that they wanted to wear. 70 of them maybe don't have mom or dad around. So 70 of them need that extra help. And I think it is incredibly important that we provide those children the opportunity that other kids need. Yes. And that other kids already have. And so if we have this building, they'll have the computer lab. They'll have the full-size gym. They'll have the full-size kitchens where they can learn how to cook, etc. And I just think we're doing a couple things. It's going to be great to have a nice building, but really the pride that will be instilled in these kids when they walk through that door, Bill, you cannot underestimate it. And to do something for these kids, it makes a difference. And they will know that someone gave a darn about them. And that feeling sticks with you. And I'm excited to be a part of this community, to be able to do this, because I really think that when I think about Placerville, I think about community, and I know you echo those sentiments. And this is a kind of a community barn race. We're not getting huge grants from the feds or from the state. I mean, this is all locally driven, locally fundraised, and for us to pull off a $3 million capital campaign is something that we'll be able to look back on and say, you know what, we did that for that 70% that needed it.
And part of the construction of the building,
right,
and how those initial donors were looking at it, when they had the conversation with the foundation, they wanted to assure everybody in this community that this asset was being left to community.
Right.
So what they have decided to do, as you well know, is they're leaving the building and the ground to the foundation. The foundation is growing dramatically. We're at 14 million and growing by leaps and bounds every year.
Yeah.
We're going to be here in perpetuity. And whoever makes a donation to this building for Boys and Girls Club, they have the assurance that it's going to be held here for that purpose
Right.
forever.
Right.
It's never going to go. It's never going to be sold away.
Exactly.
It's going to be held here.
Right.
When you talk about the passion you have, Sean, which I've known for quite a while for these kids, you get to interact with them on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
For us that are in the community, we're a little slightly removed from
Mhm.
that. So I appreciate what you bring to it. There's also another element that you've brought to it beyond your passion, and that's collaboration. You're bringing in multiple outside agencies to deliver services within your building. That is new.
Well-
That has not happened in this community before. These kids are already struggling. They're being farmed out in many different areas. And instead of continuing
Right.
that model, what you're doing is you're collaborating with other outside agencies and bringing them in to deliver the services in-house.
I think it's about building a team, Bill.
Yep,
And I
that's what it
think,
is.
you know, our team is gonna be stronger if we have members of that team that are really good at certain things and we allow them to come in and do those really good things. So
So-
like New Morning.
Yep.
Like CASA, like Matt at the center. You know, there's just opportunities for us to really create a circle of care for our kids. And that circle of care is not only gonna benefit them now, but it's gonna benefit them in 5, 10 years. And ultimately, I think what you're gonna see is kind of a groundswell of change within our children. And I tell my kids all the time, I say, you know what? I'm not gonna accept average, right? We want you guys to dream big. And I think this building is an example where we're providing an opportunity for them to dream big. And so we're dreaming big by building the building, Bill, but the kids that are gonna use that building, we have to continue to make sure that they're running with the opportunity we're giving them.
One of the conversations we have as community is community investment.
Right?
And right now in this county, we're having multiple conversations about what we're going to be and where we're going. And what is so critically important is in community investment is to invest in our youth because they are our future. And if we don't invest in them, with them on the front end,
Yeah.
we're going to receive on the back end what we don't do.
Right?
And so if we instill in them that good citizenship, what it means to be fair, what justice means, what it means to be personally self-responsible, that's what we're gonna get in 20 years from now. So again, another critical important why Boys and Girls Club is such a critical element to this community and to the passion that you put in.
Well,
We know that in doing this work, it is not easy. We put in a tremendous amount of hours. We work and do multiple hats, and we do it because it's a calling. It's
Right.
something that we feel passionate about.
you know, it's hard work, but it's our work, Bill.
And it's leadership.
And you know, greatness takes sacrifice, and so, you know, we're asking our community to sacrifice,
Yep.
right? We realize that there's probably other things you can do with your money, but at the end of the day, what's gonna really separate, I think separate good from great, or okay from average, is making that extra sacrifice. So for these next 60 days, everyone, you know, as the calendar turns to November and we go through Thanksgiving and then we turn the page to December and we go into the Christmas season, it's gonna be important.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. We need your support. We need to try to move that ball up the court a little bit more to make sure that we're maximizing our opportunities to raise all the money that we can raise. So
And we need you.
Yeah.
And together we can do this.
together we can. So with that, I've been Sean McCartney and you have been Bill Roby.
I have been Bill Roby.
And we'll hopefully we'll be able to do this one more time.
Sounds good to
All
me.
right. Thanks, Bill.
All right.
Have a great day.